welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing another mental health quiz from Mind Diagnostics, and at this point we're just going to start sort of working our way down the page, whether we think we have them or not. But this is the last one that I sort of am actually going to be entertaining as potentially a thing, mainly because we're looking here at PTSD, and like anxiety, depression, ADHD. I feel like they could all sort of be things that I may or may not have. Cool. So there are 17 questions in this one, and it looks like we're going to get 4 options for each. So we've got sort of at the top, the one, like the 1-star answer is going to be our lowest one. For this first question, it's not at all, and our 4-star one is several times. We're looking here at the last week, if I've experienced any of these things. So, in the last week, have I had trouble focusing on things like reading, TV shows, or conversations? Not really. The wording here puts me off, because you got 1 is not at all, and then 2 is once, and then 3 is a few times. So if it's only been, like 2 or 3 times, you're still going to be saying a few times, and it's counting that as a 3 out of 4, when it may have just been, bitter dyslexia instead. The other thing too is that when I'm normally reading or watching TV shows, it's normally when I'm in bed getting ready to go to sleep, and so it could just be that I'm tired and starting to fall asleep as well. Regardless, we are going to put a few times. Question 2. Memories of the trauma come to mind at unwanted times. Well, at this point I need to wonder what the actual trauma is, because it could be a repressed trauma that I don't remember. Unwanted. I randomly think of things that have no relevance to what I'm actually doing at the time quite frequently. I think solely based on that, I'm going to put a few times. Parts of the traumatic event are hazy or difficult to remember. We're going to put, in this one, we go not true at all, somewhat true, very true, extremely true. We're going to go with the very true. Third time I'm pressing the 3-star option, which obviously doesn't bode well for this giving us a low score. But at the same time, I was going to say something there, I can't remember what it was. What was that last question? Anyway, we're going to say something, can't remember what it was. It's just not coming back to me. I can remember what the question was, I can't remember what I was going to say about it. Anyway, question 4. I've been avoiding things like places, people, or events that make me think about the trauma. I don't know if it's been like actively avoiding them. You know what? It kind of is. Like, there are particular people that I don't want to bring a negativity into my life, because just even looking at them, it's just like, I don't like you, please go away and leave me alone. And so if I can, I do try to Yeah, okay. We'll go again. We'll go a few times. Again, not helping with our hopes of having a low score here. In the last 2 weeks, have I felt rushes of anger or irritability? Several times. If you've seen my Get to Know Me video that I've just put out, you'll know. You'll know. You'll know. Question 6. In the last 2 weeks, have I been on edge much more than usual, particularly when there have been other people around? Yes, and that's on being ambiverted. We are sort of sitting on the fence between introverted and extroverted, but we're kind of tipping this way towards introverted, because extroverts kind of like extreme extroverts kind of scare us a little bit. Meanwhile, extreme introverts are just completely comfortable to be left alone. Question 7. In the last 2 weeks, have I been unable to connect to my emotions, such as not being able to laugh or cry or feel affection for those around me? I know the wording is off, but I'm going to go with the 2-star answer here. It's been more than once, but it hasn't been in like a massive way. Like, it hasn't been like, I should be really happy right now and I'm just indifferent. It's just sort of been in the same way as like you could be having a good day, so you text your mate and you'll put like a laughing emoji in the message. You're not actually laughing that much, but it's just to let them know that like, yeah, no, I think this is funny. It made me have a little giggle to myself. It's in that sort of way, rather than like, you know, I am really sad, but I should be really happy, sort of a disconnect. Number 8, I've been trying to avoid thinking about the trauma or the way that it makes me feel. I'm gonna say no to this one. The main reason being that, including pretty much all of last month, I was allowing my sort of negative headspace to have its moment, so that the feelings could feel valid. And now that we're in April, it's kind of like, well, okay, cool. You gave yourself the month to just sort of sit and wallow and otherwise just feel terrible. Now that we've remembered what we don't want to be, let's get back up and start doing some shit. Step 9, or question 9. I don't know why these things call it steps, but question 9. In the last 2 weeks, have I become frightened, angry, or upset when remembering the trauma? I'm gonna put a few times. When the things that do just randomly pop into my head come up, it's always been about things that have gone negatively for me. Hence why I think that this could be a thing that I have. And it's always been like, if I'd done this way, how would they have responded differently? Like, would they have responded like this in a more favourable way to how I wanted that situation to go, or not? So, yeah. And sometimes just even thinking about the kinds of people that I was dealing with in those particular situations and how difficult they were, or how unwilling to compromise they were, it does frustrate me that those people exist, those kinds of people exist. Scares me just a little bit that I might end up running into one of them again. Not those exact people, but one of those types of people again. Because I don't know what I do. Number 10. I experienced a racing pulse, excessive sweating, shaking or chills when remembering the trauma. no. My brain just decides to go into hyperdrive, and I sort of just zone out for a moment, while playing scenarios over in my head. Number 11. I've been hyper alert, particularly in situations with lots of other people around. I don't think so. I don't think this one's been me. Hyper alert. Yeah, no, I haven't been like on edge, like someone's following me or whatever. I think I understand what they're trying to say here and like the kinds of situations they might be trying to like invoke, but that's no. Memories of the trauma were so vivid I felt like they were reoccurring. That has happened 1 or 2 times. I'm gonna put once, just because there has been a particular situation that has come up in the brain a couple of times, and it's literally just been remembering the person and some of, in this particular case, it's been some of the good things that we've done, or like some of the positive memories that I have with this particular person, and it's sort of playing those over my head, sort of in like a nostalgic way, but also in a, was I at this point also giving them some negative vibes that ended up culminating in the big negativity at the end of that particular relationship. So yeah. Number 13, I felt detached from family and friends, all those closest to me. Yeah. Just yeah. I'm not going to go into that one any further than that. Number 14, I'm not interested in doing things or going places that I liked to do or go to before the trauma. I'm not interested in doing things I liked to do or going places I liked to go to before the trauma occurred. I know it's more words, but it makes more sense because they haven't got punctuation either. Regardless, I mean, again, like I said, I've just been letting my depression be felt in this last month, and so with that, obviously, I wasn't going out and hanging with friends or that sort of a thing. However, I have been like in the last month I went to the cinema twice. Cinema is one of the things I love to do. So like on the one hand, I have kind of existed in this box for like the last month, but at the same time, I have still, been calling friends to talk to my friends. Still been going to the cinema. And at the moment, I'm actually planning on organising a games night with a couple of mates. So we can, they can come over here, or I can go over to their place or whatever, have a couple of drinks and just sort of unwind. I'm looking at maybe doing that on Friday nights. So if that becomes a thing, my games videos may end up becoming just games night videos whenever we try different games. Cool. So that's number 14. We'll go with a few times. 15. Life goals I had before the trauma have changed or gone entirely. Yeah. I'm no longer studying photography. Film has slowly just sort of crept out of actual viable job options that I have towards actually being able to live semi-comfortably, and I've even started studying for a completely different thing. So yeah. Number 16, thoughts and memories of the trauma will come to me while asleep. I don't know if it's thoughts or memories of the particular trauma, but I have had quite a few really weird dreams. So I'm going to put a few times, just because I'm not sure if that's supposed to be a yes or like a no. And then 17 of 17, I've struggled to get to sleep or stay asleep, which at this point just makes me feel like insomnia is the default symptom of mental health. So we're gonna go with a few times. That is the last one, so we'll skip, we'll get my results. And we've gotten interesting. Okay. Alright. Now the reason I say interesting and alright is that I already did this test before. While trying to make this video, in fact. However, when I went to upload, I quickly just double checked that the sound and the music and stuff was all edited correctly, and the video file kept jumping, and there was no sound, so I had to delete that. The interesting part is that this time around, though I answered all the questions honestly, I have not gotten the same score. I've actually gotten a lower score this time, by about 6 points. By 6 points exactly, to be exact. So the last time I had a 35 out of 51, which is the lower end of high risk. Today I got a 29 out of 51, which puts us quite nicely in the moderate risk category, which is certainly better than being in the high risk category, let me tell you. But yeah, that's what we've got. So maybe this is a thing that I might have to talk to my counsellor about. We're only at a moderate risk, so it's not like I should be going and making an appointment today to talk to them tomorrow, sort of a thing. I can't wait until the 20th when I've already got an appointment and just bring it up there. On top of the straight up not having a good time stuff that the last month has sort of been. So yeah. Anyway, link for this test will be down below if you want to do it yourself. Do be aware though, this is not a substitute for going and talking to a healthcare professional or a psychologist or anyone like that, and actually being diagnosed. These are not diagnostic instruments. These are just, you show signs of. So similarly to the one where I showed signs of having adult ADHD, I may actually turn out to not have that, just exhibit similar traits in the same regard here. I might not actually have PTSD. So yeah. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you're new here, and also ring that notification bell if you want to be notified when I upload new videos. And until next time, guys, keep your head screwed on.